one hadith where the Prophet ﷺ, he was sitting with his companions, and the Prophet ﷺ talked to us and he reminded us about Dajjal, the Antichrist. And he explained in such a way that the companions say, we felt as if Dajjal is going to come in our time. And we were so frightened that we thought Dajjal might be behind the next bush. And the Prophet ﷺ came out and he saw the effect of that on our faces. And he said, what's the matter? And we replied by saying, Ya Rasulullah, Tuzakkina Dajjal, you told us about Dajjal, and we have become frightened to that extent that we think Dajjal will appear in our time. And then the Prophet ﷺ said, don't worry, in yakhruj wa ana fikum fa ana akfi. If he comes out while I'm still alive, then I will be enough for Dajjal. I'll kill him myself. Wa in yakhruj wa lastu fikum. But if Dajjal comes out and I'm not amongst you, then every man is going to protect himself. And if you look at the words of the Prophet ﷺ, what he did is he created an atmosphere, and he said such words that made it seem he could come out in their time. Because even when they were frightened, he didn't say that he's not going to come out in my time. The Prophet ﷺ said, if he does come out in my time, then I'll be enough for him. And this shows that the Prophet ﷺ, he put into their thoughts that Dajjal could come out any time, whether it's in their time, whether after the Prophet ﷺ's time. Every nation must fear this. And he could come out. But then again, we should not go to the other extreme of thinking that, oh yes, it's the end of the world now. Dajjal is going to come out, Mahdi is going to come out, let's all sit down and let's do nothing. That's another extreme. The Prophet ﷺ did not say that, because he said, if the last hour comes and one of you is planting a seed, then continue to plant it, continue to do that. Meaning that the Prophet ﷺ is saying, even if the last hour comes, don't just sit down and think that this is going to be doomsday and that's the end of everything, if you see some signs. And I think continuously we've been bombarded with these claims of Mahdi has been born, Mahdi is coming out, Dajjal is here, or he's born, we're going to see him in our time. All these claims cannot be definite, because only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows when he will come. Yes, we should be aware that Dajjal could come out in our time, and he could come out in anyone's time. It could be many generations after us. But the thing is, we should not just sit down and say, okay, that's it, forget it. Let's just wait for the Mahdi, and let's just wait for Isa alayhi salatu salam to come out, and then after that, everything will go back to normal. No.
صدايا بالعذب الزلال وبت أبث أشواق الوصال.